Hey there! So I actually just got a Kindle Scribe like a little bit under a week ago for Prime Day, and so I wanted to show it off to you, but I'm not going to show every feature. I specifically wanted to focus on the planning features of what the Kindle Scribe can do. So if you've ever seen digital planning, but you've never been interested in it, I know I definitely wasn't. I would see digital planning and I'd think to myself, I'd see it on an iPad, and I would think, well, I don't want to look at an iPad. I look at an iPad enough, so I like paper. But e-ink planning is pretty interesting, and so I'm still playing around with it, but I kind of wanted to show you what you can do with it. So I'm gonna turn this screen on, and there's lots of videos about the Kindle Scribe, so I won't go into too many of the features. It's got a nice big screen, you can write on it, but just really quickly, let me just show you, you do have this notebook feature, and you do have the ability to add folders, and so I'm just going to add a folder real quick just to show you, and I'm going to call it test, and then let's go in that folder, and then I'm going to make a new notebook. And what's really cool when you make a new notebook is that you have all these different kind of templates, and some of them you may recognize if you're a paper planner, but there's a couple of really cool ones. So there's a calendar here that you can do. There's also a daily layout, and then there's a checkbox. So let me first show you the daily layout, which I think is really handy. So I have a love-hate relationship with daily planning, because I'll buy a daily planner and I'll only use it like half the time. So that's what I really like about this, is if I need a daily planner, I can just write the date at the top. So today's July 15th. So one thing you can do is you can have different pen widths, and you can have different markers and pencils. So let's go ahead, I'll just do this in a marker, and I'll just write the date at the top. And then let's just say July 15th. Now, if you're like me, you always overestimate. I was trying to make that center and it didn't work. So there is a lasso tool, so I'll just show you real quick. You have this lasso tool that you can do like that, and then you can kind of move it around. So there you go. All right, so let's say that I work from 9 to 5. So I'll write work, and then, down here, and you can do whatever you want. So this is a format that comes directly with the Kindle, so this is just very easy. And then when you want a new page or a new day, you just swipe and you go to the next page. Now what's cool is that I can also change the layout. Let's go ahead, and if I tap up here, this is where I can actually change the layout of it. So if I go here, I can change this. Now, one thing I want to mention is that when you change a layout, it's going to change it for the whole notebook. So if I wanted a layout for hourly and then a layout for checkboxes, I'd want to have two different notebooks. So just keep that in mind. They might fix that within a newer version, but I'm just going to go ahead and change it to a checkbox, and then notice how it still stays everything the same. Use this, and then I can erase my selection, and then I can go like this, and then I can get rid of that. So that'll actually get rid of it, and then I can just use this like a regular to-do. So, send email, I don't know, write report, right? Something. So like write report. Now there's something else. So this is a premium pen. So this means it has an eraser, and then it has a separate button. So the eraser, you could just use, like an eraser, just kind of like that. So you do have that option as well. Let's clear up that a little bit. And then you also have a special button. So you can have the special button be whatever you want. So I have it a highlighter, that's the default. So when I press and hold it, and then I just touch on the screen, it's gonna make a highlight, but you can kind of do whatever you want. Something else I haven't really seen mentioned in reviews is that there is a fountain pen, and the fountain pen is kind of cool if you're like brush lettering, but you're not good at it. I just want to show you, if you put the fountain pen on the highest setting, it's not exactly the same as brush lettering. Here, let me go ahead and erase this heading, and I'll just write July. So if I go back to fountain pen, and then if I write, so I'm just writing normally, and then I write July, notice how it actually makes the the downstrokes for me, which is pretty cool. So you don't have to worry about upstrokes and downstrokes. So it kind of gives it a little brush effect. So I could also, let me undo that. I could also do it cursive if I wanted to be all fancy about it. So here, I can do this, I can do this, and then I can go like that. All right, and then I can, and I'm just writing normally, I'm not altering my pressure at all. So you can kind of do it. I think that's pretty cool, neat little feature. So that's kind of the basics of the Kindle Scribe. You can also read on it. You could read Kindle books. But I wanted to show you how it works for planning because I haven't seen anybody talk about planning much with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back out of here. And by the way, there I can see my notebook, and I do have the ability also to send this via email. I can convert it to text, so that's pretty cool. But I wanted to go now to my library, and what I've done is I've sent a bunch of PDF files to myself, and I just wanted to show you a few of them. So first thing is that I sent the free Passion Planner daily layout to myself. So if I click on that, that's going to open it, and there you go, you got the whole Passion Planner layout. And so I have the ability, I can minimize this toolbar, and let me actually change my pen back. And I can just use this like normal, right? So I can just, you know, say, okay, I'm gonna work here. Maybe I got a meeting here, right? And I'm just writing on the screen. You can put your hand on it. So for work, let's say I gotta send that email. I really gotta send a lot of emails for work. So I'm sending that email. Maybe I'm, you know, writing a report, right? And my handwriting is not perfect, but you get the gist, right? You can use it just like a regular Passion Planner. And then you can just, when you want, you use your space of infinite possibility, and then just go to the next day, right? And I love the Passion Planner daily because it's undated, so I can kind of use it whenever I want. There is a Passion Planner digital PDF that'll actually have like links and things like that. The free ones don't, but they're handy if you just need something to write on. So let me actually show you, let me go back and let me show you my the actual Passion Planner layout. So I downloaded the small, and so you'll notice when it loads the small, right, it's really small, and it's also vertical, right? So it's kind of weird, it's rotated weird. So you do have the option to change the layout. So I'm going to go ahead and make this landscape, and then let me go ahead and move it like that. Make sure you can see it. Yes, you can. All right. So I like how you can make it landscape, but just keep in mind that if I want to then go back to another document that's portrait, I'll have to change the settings. Not a huge deal, but right, you can just do it normally like you would normally do it. So you can actually, you can write, you know, just like normal. But another thing you can do, because if you're like me, you find these boxes really small at this level, you can actually zoom in. So let's say at 11:30 I have a Zoom meeting, so I'm going to write a Zoom meeting. And notice how the text is a little bit bigger because the pen's bigger. And then if I scroll out, now I don't have to write that small. There is no way I could have written quite that small. So you can kind of, you know, use this like a normal thing. You got your work and to-do list here. You got your space of infinite possibilities. So the free Passion Planner PDFs work great, but don't forget they also have the digital PDFs, so that would actually have links to like the calendar, things like that. There's not actually any links in here that I can click on, so it's really just kind of a digital PDF. So another thing that you can do, there's a lot of planners you can download from Etsy, but there's also some free stuff too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you one of the free planners that I downloaded, and I will this is actually supposedly for the Remarkable tablet, but it works just fine. Now notice how it opened up in landscape. So I can just go up here and I can change it back to portrait, and there it goes. But like I said, you do have to change it if you rotate it one way or the other. So I'm kind of hoping that they'll fix that in a later update. But here's an example of a linked PDF. So today I'm on Saturday the 15th, and you know, I can write whatever I need to. So talk with whatever sister or whatever's going on in my life, and then I got my priorities, and then I got notes, right? I got some notes here. But these are clickable links. So let's say I want to see what's going on tomorrow. I can click on the link, and then it takes me to Sunday the 16th. If I want to see what's going on with a week, I can click on the week, and then that'll take me to my weekly layout. I can go to the month, and then it'll take me directly to the monthly layout, and I can even do that with a year, which is really cool. So you can see the possibility of this, and this is completely free. This is something that is made, I think, via some computer program or something like that. But the other cool thing too is, so I had this notes page. Let me actually go back to Saturday. It was where I made my notes. You also have a space for more notes pages, so I can click on more, and this would be my more notes pages. I also have a back button if I accidentally want to go back, so I can go back there and that'll take me back. There's a reflection, and then there's an all notes, and then I can go to any of my dates down here too. So you can really see the value of having a digital planner. What I like about e-ink is that, first of all, this is so nice to write on. It feels a lot like writing on a piece of paper. I just never quite got the hang of like writing on an iPad. Like, this is just so smooth. The other thing about e-ink, the battery life's really, really good, so I can use this all day. I don't have to worry about charging it. And I also don't have to worry about getting distracted, because the worst thing that you can do on your Kindle is you can go read a book. Like, you can't really, there is a web browser, but it's not very good. It's not very easy to like go on Instagram or Facebook or anything like that. So I like e-ink planning because it is very versatile, but it's also doesn't have the distractions like a traditional digital planner would. Now, this is just in black and white, so it's not going to replace paper planning for me. I'm still going to use my stickers. I'm still going to use all my colorful things like that. But I think this is really good, especially for like daily planning, where I'll be honest, I always had a hard time decorating a daily planner because you just see it for the day and then you move on. Whereas I prefer kind of at least to have a week to enjoy my pretty stickers. So I could definitely see a benefit for daily planning. Another really cool thing that I haven't seen many people talk about that maybe if you're a planner you'll also like is they works really well for puzzles. So I'm a big fan of like word searches and crosswords and things like that. So there's actually, you can download free puzzles from Penny Press. And so here's an example of like a fill-in. And so if you ever use these before, you just kind of pick the word that you want. And so, I need a 4-letter word that has K as the third letter. So it looks like that's going to be Inca. So I'm going to go ahead and cross that off, and then I can just write it in there like that. And then I like using the highlighter too. So you could use a highlighter when you're using like a word search. You could do all sorts of things. So I think it's really cool for puzzle games as well, if you're into that. But it's really cool for planning. And I think it's something worth taking a look at, especially if you are not a fan of digital planning, but you're intrigued by the idea. I think e-ink planning is kind of a cool little niche and something worth considering. But like I said, not getting rid of my paper planner, just exploring the different options. And then of course you have your whole Kindle library. The books are so big because I'm so used to reading on such a little Kindle, but you can do a lot with this. And this pen is a Wacom tablet pen and just kind of goes on the side here. I did order a case, but they are back ordered on the case. So I'm actually using, and it's actually working out pretty well. This is my Erin Condren folio. So this actually works pretty nicely for it. And I'll just show you how it fits in here. So I'm gonna take the pen off. And you can actually put the pen, so you can put it in 2 different places. Let me open it up a little bit more so you can see it. You can put this unit either in here, like right in here, and then it'll kind of hang out when you close it. I personally, what I like to do, because I have this nice little protective barrier here, is I like to put it underneath. And this way I feel like the screen is a little bit better protected. So, but then it just fits in there, right? Everything's fine. You can zip it up, and it goes on the side here. Right, fits on the side too. So you could do that too. There's enough room for the pen to do that, but you could also keep like additional pens as well. The other thing that, just to note, is that eventually the tips are going to wear off. So they do. The Scribe comes with, I think, like 5 or 6 different tips, so you can replace them. I just got this, so I haven't had to replace it yet, so we'll see how long it lasts. So that's just something else to consider, but it's no different than a pen running out of ink. Eventually pen tips need to be replaced. Just wanted to show you that, it works great with the Erin Condren folio if you don't have a case. Like I said, I'm just waiting on my official Kindle case, and then I do have that ability. I could just zip it up like that. And I could probably put in my Erin Condren paper planner 2 in here. I probably would be careful. I would probably be a little scared just in case like something happens with the e-ink screen, but by itself it fits it perfectly. So anyway, just want to walk you through the Kindle Scribe that I just got, and a big fan of it so far. We'll see see what else it can do, and I'm looking forward to some more software updates to hopefully fix some stuff. So yeah, there you go. So just a heads up, I put a link to the Scribe. It is an affiliate link. I've also put an affiliate link to the Erin Condren portfolio if you're interested, although the Kindle does have their own specific case, and whenever I get that case I'll see how it works, but at least I have something to protect it in the meantime. So there you go. I'll if you want more updates, let me know, but I'm enjoying playing around with the Scribe and seeing what it has to offer.